Yo, welcome to an episode of Soul at Home. Haven't done this in a while. Happy to see y'all. Well, I'm not really seeing y'all, but I hope y'all happy to see me. And I hope that you enjoy the show tonight. We definitely got a super dope lineup, bunch of talented people. But we Solar Tree. What else do we bring, right? If you're not following us already, get it together. Facebook.com/SolarTree, Instagram @SolarTree_. Do not forget that underscore. My daughter's over here just being all in the business. That's Mela. Hi, Mela. And also make sure you catch us on YouTube as well. Just look up Solar Tree, SOULETRI, if you needed the spelling. If you do, God bless. But yeah, let's get into tonight because I'm super excited to bring out everybody that we have. So if we could just bring out our lovely people for tonight. We got YTCL, Self Poet, and STONY Tony in the mix. What up, y'all?
Peace. What's up? Thank you for having us, B.
Yeah,
Yo,
for sure. It's great to be here.
really quick. Let's do our rounds. Where's everybody located at? I know we spread out.
So I live in the Bronx. Currently, I'm from Bushwick originally, but I'm in like the Bedford area.
All right, you betrayed Brooklyn, but I'll think about forgiving you.
That's rude.
What about you, Seth? Not that I don't know.
Bronx. Yes, I'm Bronx. I represent all of New York City just because I've lived in different parts, but currently in the Bronx and been in the Bronx for a while.
All right, we got a lot of boogie down in here.
Yes.
What's
I'm
up?
gonna switch it up. We not upstate, but I'm gonna go a little different. I'm from Yonkers, so we have 914 here, and I'm hope to keep up with these wonderful ladies in this talented field. So we'll see what's up.
Absolutely. We definitely got some beasts on deck. So another thing real quick, because you already know what life is like, aside from we're still kind of recovering from a pandemic and just everybody's busy and shit. When's the last time y'all performed?
That's a good question. Recently I got to perform last week. Thank God.
Oh,
Word, definitely.
how about you, YT?
I'm thinking. I did a feature for Yonkers Art Space, and then like kind of around the same time, I performed at the New York Latino Film Festival on behalf of HBO Max.
What? All right, just
Casual drop. Yeah.
What
Word.
about yourself after she just shit on everybody here?
Oh, that's beautiful. I performed at Dizzy's mental health awareness event that he has monthly. That's kind of been like my little thing since I took a break from poetry, going to the mental, awareness space and just get crazy there. So that's been my thing.
Go
That shit sounds
on.
crazy.
Hey, welcome.
Hey.
Yes.
Hi,
Yes,
hi guys.
Well,
How are you?
Doing
How
great.
are you?
Good, I'm good.
It's crazy because it's like about a year ago, give or take today, that I actually first seen you like performed alongside you. Glad to be doing this again. So catch up to the convo. Where you repping and when's the last time you performed?
So I'm from Long Island, Brentwood. And I last performed last night actually.
Oh, y'all doing the do. I just realized I never even answered this. I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, but I've lived everywhere the same way self. I've lived in Yonkers, Mount Vernon, Staten Island, Bronx, Queens. I'm now in Jacksonville, and I will be in Austin, Texas as of next month.
that's what's up.
I'm a global poet. I'm so sorry. So sorry. On that note, I did definitely coin my newest and favorite phrase, and I'm currently working on an EP, my first album with, spoken word and instrumentals back, and it's called Poetry. It's a collection of erotic poems that's definitely going to be lighting the stage on Mother Fire. I know Baby Solar Tree's listening. I'm going to try to control my mouth. So I think I'm going to kick this off. Y'all ready for a little bit of
Word.
poetry, and whatever else y'all.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I bet. Let's do this. So I think most appropriate for tonight, this is called Open Mic Night. It's open mic night. I figured you might like the sultry, sensual scenery, the lowlights, the spotlight. I know deep down inside the mic feels intimidating, all the while fascinating. You're debating while your heart is palpitating, calculating how to execute your performance the way you rehearsed it. No need to be nervous, though I can't lie, I do love a virgin. Don't you worry, I'll be what they call your sacrificial lamb. Break the ice, grip the mic, both hands aligned side by side, going down the mic stand. Initial my brand with my tongue. Sit back and enjoy the show, baby. Let me show you how it's done. Feel the power of my throat thundering and echoing off of my palate, pulling in your concentration to the cocking of my head. The pleasure that you get after every word I've said without saying it, free of charge, but attention you paying it. The passion in my eyes, passionate about this performance. I know you enjoying this, but I do it for my enjoyment. Lips moistened, rooms filled with noises of me spitting like my life depended on it. Spit so hard I'd be willing to place bets on it. But so good they place their bets on me and pay for me to feature on their open mic. The numbers don't lie, keep the audience hypnotized every time I deliver their favorite word porn. Don't lose contact with their eyes while maintaining that good form. And one thing I'm good for is going deep. Profound out of all the sounds I make, you never once hear me choking. Open up, take ownership of everything I have flowing out. I ride and glide along the flow smoothly, no friction. Could tell by your moans you impressed by my diction, how I finesse these linguistics. Like a true performer, take advantage of my platform. Don't ask for more, just take more, deliver more until I can barely breathe. While you, as my audience, hold your breath. See the tears running down my cheek from this poetic release. Remember, always give the audience more than they'd expect, more than they anticipated. Got you giving me a standing ovation, refraining as much as you can from coming onto the stage. I taste the applause as it trickles down my throat. Savor every drop of success I earned after the show. Now I hope you less tense and ready to put your memory where your mouth is. I want to see you huffing and puffing and blowing like the wolf them did them pigs' houses. Now we can change one of them vowels. Either way, you know what's next. Get yourself ready for the stage, cause baby, you on deck. Whew.
Damn, Brandon, you a hoe for real, yo.
Thank you. Best compliment you can give me. But I hope I warmed y'all up and I hope y'all ready. We got RK coming up to bless us and YTCL. I got that letter right this time. You on deck, all right, baby? Let's do this, Self. Welcome to the stage.
Hello guys. It's your girl RK, aka Self Poet with two T's. I'm a conscious-based poet, meaning I grab topics and I just try to bring the awareness around it. Now, this piece is kind of new. I performed it at the mental health awareness event twice, and it's called "Nothing Is Enough." I never had a problem being there when it was down and bad, lost with no bag, in between mad and sad. You know, being there when the only benefit to be had was having someone to just have, a vibe when they asked just to fall back, have a safe place to chat. I never had a problem being there when it was confused and not knowing you, always here for its source and its truth, on a journey to know more than self, for knowing the shades of any shadow is given, for being humble when you know it could all be taken, except for the karma before never being awakened. I never had a problem when you shed and wept, when you silenced up and kept parts of yourself where it wasn't for meant for any of them. I understand. I never had a problem until the problem became repetitive, a broken record, reflective, a broken mirror just giving back, until the problem became stagnant, still taking flights to corners of your mind, occupying time in dark places that will never allow you to feel as you go, until the problem became unconscious, and a conscious being left you thinking there was something missing in corners of your brain when you haven't even sat with what may be missing, or simply not calling enough for. The problem became you don't call enough, you don't ask for enough, you don't look for enough, you don't speak enough, you don't sit and process enough. You just go and go and go when you think it's enough. And the problem became you not thinking you were enough and you failing too many times. And maybe the 16th time would just not work. Never enough, because for you it didn't work. And in that moment, over and over again, you didn't see a check, you saw work. You didn't see progress, you saw work. And maybe the problem was that for you, it was all work. You didn't act, you didn't see out the show, you didn't ever stop to think that you have to rehearse and rehearse the dreams that are the hardest to get to, but the easiest to sleep on. And even when daydreaming, we sleep on as the sheep suck you in right in their skin. Maybe the problem was you not digging in right within. You simply came back looking for all the wrong things. The check isn't the money. You don't even love the honey when looking for something sweet. What you really want is peace. The check isn't the money, it's the honey when looking for something sweet. So I'm checking out, checking the peace. For I never had a problem with you crying on your ass or crying on your knees. My question to you just may be, why can't you scream? I am enough, right in, within the core of your lung, yet your silence interrupts. Nothing is enough. So, how do you tuck in someone who wants to be stuck? Good luck. Thank you, guys.
Yo, that
Thank you, thank you.
wow.
Mm.
Hold on, pause real quick. You ain't going nowhere yet. Once I get my beautiful face back up on here,
I got
I can see it. I can see that poem came from something very heavy. I
you. Yeah.
could not just clearly reading the words, your performance, the look in your eyes now, letting that out. If you don't mind, and you don't have to be as detailed as you want, how was writing from that experience for you, and what gave you the need to really draw that out?
So, me and you very close. Poetry saved my life. But I fell out of love with poetry recently, like probably like 8 months ago. And writing this poem, being honest with myself that no matter how many words I get out, it just won't be enough. It won't be enough to explain. I hate to do this. I hate to cry, but
Let it out, baby.
I'm still misunderstood.
I get you, love.
But I think being enough is just reminding me that I am just in my way, in my world, with my people, my connections, the people that love me, the people that actually believe in me. Like, this is me being grateful for what I have, not what I want, not what I desire for, not just being grateful for the 1, 2 people that do get it, you know? So this came from that, the greed inside of me, you know, the one that wants to be better than me, but sometimes you're in a losing battle. You can't be in competition with yourself. You just gotta love yourself. And this poem was that. It was literally, I shook when I performed it live the first time. Like, my voice was cracking, all of that. But it was the moment I fell back in love with poetry, being honest with myself. So yeah.
I'm proud of you. I'm
Yeah.
very proud of you, and I'm love to see you spitting again. I always love spitting beside you. You are always a true queen, and I'm sorry. One thing that I've always loved about you since the first time I saw you is your Bronx really be coming out no matter what you spitting about, and I love that for you so much.
I tried to tuck it in, and that was the problem. That's why I fell out of love. Like, look with the book publishing, like, it was a lot of backlash. Like, telling your truth comes with shit. So, like, I had to prepare myself, and I was sugarcoating. I was putting blankets over my words, and I was like, fuck this. Like, I'm sorry, I was gonna go on YouTube. Like, but F this. Like, this not gonna be enough for me sugarcoating it for nobody. Like, This is me. This is what it's gonna be. And if any of y'all go get mad, what's up? Become a poet. Do the same.
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah, all the heat.
You know,
All
like
the
do the same thing. You know, like I did fall out of poetry, and I am like gonna stop talking, but even like with the book, like my mom is now owning up that she's a poet. Shorty, you've been a secret poet for like years. Been reading your books, all of that, and now she's like, yeah, because you know that the he is just a he, but if you love it, go for it. Keep having the relationship with it. Fall in and out of love with it. Rub it. Poetry, rub it, fuck it, do all of that shit. Don't talk to it, argue with it. Like, but this is my best friend, you know.
Felt that. You got one more piece for us, baby?
Actually, I don't. I had mouth surgery, so I'm like 6 days in. So I'm gonna like thug it out and watch you guys.
I no doubt, as always, appreciate you. Appreciate you performing after mouth surgery. You know, rest that. We know you need that jaw.
Nice. Trust me, it's been a little bit depressing. A little bit depressing. Gotta, you know. But yeah.
I got you. I got you, love.
You guys.
YTCL, what up? What up? What up?
You have like a special little space like right here that you just tucked yourself away into. And I just need you to know that. And so that kind of like just changed what was gonna be next for me. And I feel like I understand you. And so this is for you. This is new. I've been writing a lot, like so much, and haven't really had outside of like bigger events, I haven't really had the opportunity to like share a lot of the stuff that I have been writing. So this piece is called Be Still. Sometimes I feel like I need to run. Run so far and fast, I race with the streams of the wind. Never once stopping to watch the sky as it transitions from day to night. As the sun tucks itself away beneath the shadows of the oceans, never do I look up to watch the stars dance in the night sky, sharing laughter and light throughout the galaxy. I don't stop to feel the tall grass hug the corners of my feet or smell the fresh, crisp air. I just run. Run so far and fast that I race with the streams of the river, leaping over the running rapids and right down through the falls, never once pausing to hear the soothing sound of it passing, missing the moment to feel it rush over me and wash the world away. I just run until forever, but I'm tired of missing the sky's nighttime ritual, the softness of the green, green grass, the cleansing of the water, the magic in small moments. I want to be still so my eyes can recall the hues of the sunset. My face can feel the dancing of the wind, so I can catch my breath and breathe the cool, cool air and be here, be present, be still. Thank you.
Yes. Oh, we getting emotional. We gonna be crying thug tears tonight.
So a very brand new piece, and I hope that you take a moment just to like, appreciate all of your small wins, even when it doesn't feel that way. It's important to just like be there with yourself. So something I'm learning.
One thing I will always thank people for is sharing new shit with us. I know, right? I know what it's like. We like a piece you never even really spit before, and you trying to, get that out there. So, we appreciate it. Your writing, your talent is impeccable.
Thank you.
Do you have another piece for us?
Yeah, I have two more. So, the next one is the one that I co-created with a poet friend of mine, Kelvin Bouillon. And so we performed this together at the event that I shared with you guys earlier. And then I'll do one more for you, and that one's also new shit. And so yeah, so this piece is called The World and Your Feet. He carried me. My not yet fully developed miniature hands hung tight to the width of his pointer fingers, and my tiny toes clenching onto the girth of his giant feet with whatever they could latch onto. I could feel their movements beneath the bridge of mine, making me feel like I could fly, making me feel like I could fly, the wisps of my bangs tussling through the air. I didn't care where, because this was pure joy. My heart racing, listening carefully to the beat and matching its every sound of the music, taking note of every movement, because for just a moment in time, I didn't feel so small. I was walking with giants. I can still smell the traces of motor oil and scent of his beer-battered breath as he smiled down at me and I up at him. I had not one worry in the world, and I knew that this was true love. I would give it all to be that small and stand on my father's feet as he gave me the greatest gift I could have ever asked for. He gave me music. He played his guitar and used his hands to make thunderous sounds on his steering wheel when salsa played, connected me with sound, gave me a voice that sang and applauded the ballads that rang through my vocal folds, taught me how to stand tall when I felt small, even if it wasn't on my own 2 feet. Now I Juan Luis Guerra to the Nevera and to Romeo Santos, and when I feel sad or mad or glad, it is music that sends me pa'lante. It taught me to be tough like Jenny, to inspire like Celia. Music isn't just about the sounds that you hear or the way it makes you move. It's about the culture and the people and the niñas learning to stand tall and fearlessly when they're dancing through life and come across giants. You gave me wings that couldn't be clipped, feet that move through trebles and adversity, a voice that shouts in front of crowds, life stories that will transcend the test of time, over streets, in room, on stages, in front of the world, so that one day some little girl will be encouraged to move mountains that stand in her way. Because you didn't just give me music, Papi, you gave me strength to move. Pa'lante. Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then I'll do one more for you. Also new shit, breakup shit, love shit. I don't really like to share stuff like this, but I feel like a lot of the stuff that I have been writing is like very grounded in that. And so if only once. This piece is called Overcompensating for Spilled Love. Finding comfort in the sips between my lips that leave them numb. I know I shouldn't, but it helps me forget that I tried to fill the space where you live between the cages of my ribs with air when I bellow sad melodies at the top of my lungs. I wonder if I hold my breath long enough, if the pressure will keep my heart from breaking. I wander into crowded spaces just to feel adjacent enough for human touch without the commitment or the intimacy that once consumed me, that once moved me to engulf myself in you and us. My thumbs have been seeing more movement these days, finding joy in the catalog of men that make their way to my profile, swiping endlessly just to make myself believe that I have options. I know the truth is, no matter how different they are, I'll always find a little bit of you in them. These men are probably 10 times the partner you were to me, able to take me to cloud 9, where I daydream of the beautiful things they do, they'd say. But for now, I just hate myself for not being enough for you. 17 weeks since I love you. 6 more months, and I'm praying the distance will only take me farther away from the idea that maybe after 5, I'm sorry, is this enough to forget the pain you put me through? It's 3 much to even think about when all I ever really wanted to be was the one overcompensating, over analyzing, finding ways to pour into myself, like they say, until I overflow. Funny, they don't ever give you directions about cleaning up the mess. Only thing close is don't cry over spilled milk. But what about spilled love? Love that fell by the wayside. Can we cry over that? Thank you.
Girl, if you was gonna pull up, not just shitting on everybody with clearly all your accolades, but you was gonna start punching people in the chest, forewarning you. Nice.
Yo, I can't. Thank you so much for allowing me to share. This has been absolutely therapeutic so far. Shameless plug, I'll be at an event on Saturday. You can follow me at YTCL.NYC for info. If you're in the New York City area, the event is in Queens. And that's it, y'all.
Yeah, thank you so much for you really share some deeply personal shit.
Thank you.
Y'all are inspiring me. So we don't take a little break from the set, I'm gonna hop back in it. And Stony Tony, you on deck. So RK inspired me to spit this one because, like she said, poetry saves her life. Poetry saved my life. 2019 and the beginning of the pandemic was probably the hardest I struggled with my mental health at all. And I make being a hot ass mess look really good. So I was like in school and working 2 jobs, and everybody's like, oh, he's fine. And honestly, like, I actually wrote this poem after drinking like half a bottle of Hennessy and having an entire emotional breakdown. And then I was like, oh, I got a lot of shit tucked away. I need to express this. So this is called 4-1. I've always had this nightmare of being stuck in complacency. Every day riddled with anxiety, feeling like days blended together. Same start, same end, same start, no end. Running my life like I'm on a treadmill, moving onward but getting nowhere. The feeling crippled me for half of 2019 until I realized that routine was the scheme to get me to realize my dreams. But now it's months into 2020 and I'm back in the same place, stuck. Anguish on my face. Everything I feared is now reality. And I know it's quarantining and protecting me from dying, yet still I sit here feeling like I'm going anyway. It's not to be insensitive or selfish. I guess it's my anxiety speaking, but I can't tell which I'd rather more. My body going on my spirit. I don't know if I can take it anymore. Shortness of breath and heavy chest aren't the result of this pandemic. It's the chemicals in my brain trying to find balance. It's hectic. My highs have reached a peak, but my lows are getting lower. My mind is racing fast. The days are getting longer. How much longer can I bear to be trapped within myself? I'm not alone, but the voices could be heard by no one else. I try to numb the pain, ease my brain, avoid this monster once again, regain control, remain consoled with bottles of vodka, cognac, and whiskey, boxes of Newport, ounces of sticky, anything I could do to keep my mind busy. Act like I don't give a fuck, like I'm not shit out of luck and stuck in my misery. Trapped in my head, trapped in my house, trapped with my demons, there's no way out. Reverting to actions I swore I'd cut out, compromising comfort, choke back words till my throat hurts, haunted by my curse of being unable to say no because I don't want to disappoint and I don't want to be alone and I don't want to hurt anyone I know. I set aside my desires, let everyone else take center stage. Like the sad soundtrack to my life, I'm the one getting played. When I allow my mind to wander, I wonder what happens after I say no. I know that I'm loved, but I can't help but believe people's love for me is conditional, provisional. Who I am as a man has been distorted by most individuals to fit their visual. Making mistakes is in no way permissible. It's the ones who play integral parts of my life who I deem critical for me to survive. I feel if I don't strive to do them right or be who they decide, I am a criminal. I'm trapped, and it's no longer metaphorical. Spent 6 months overcoming an obstacle, not thinking it was probable I'd end up back where I started. These fights against myself always seem to be the hardest. I like to be logical and assure myself things have changed, that I'm far from the same man from last year who was going insane in silence, but I lied since my tears rain down and I'm covered by clouds of violence that come out whenever I drink too much. But too much isn't a thought when you don't have much to do. Don't know how I'm so lost when there's nowhere to move. Trapped. It's the only word I could use to communicate exactly what I'm going through. Trapped in my head, trapped in my house, trapped in emotions I don't know how to get out. Trapped between choices where winning doesn't even seem to be an option. Trapped back in the beginning, the door shut and I'm locked in like a fucking Ferris wheel or carousel. I'm going round and round, taking trips through my own hell. Guess it was inevitable I'd one day have to face these devils. At this level, I find myself wrestling with several. I may come out successful, finally settle my mental, but after everything I've been through, can't help but feel like I'll be sucked right back into my worst nightmare. Regression, depression, lack of progression, lack of expression, boxed in by what everyone else is expecting, lifting others up while letting myself down, trapped in this cycle I swore I would break. So how do I make a difference this time around? Not the smile. I mean, aside from RK inspiring me to spit that, it's actually 2 years ago today that I recorded the video to just share that with people. And crazy enough, I was inside my car. It was a pandemic, so like, where the fuck else was I gonna perform? But really, really rough time. That piece and more could be featured. Like, could be, wow, not featured. I'm sorry, I'm tongue tied now. That piece got me a little bit, just kind of remembering where I came from. But you can find that in my book, B Notes. My shameless plug, purchase that shit. Ebook, hard copy. The hard copy is beautiful. bnotespoetry.com. Check the website at bnotespoetry. Check the IG. And I'm going to do one more for y'all, and then we're going to move on to Stony Tony over here. So, of course, I got to promote our other book, Poeticals Volume 1. Beautiful compilation of a bunch of different artists within the Solar Tree family. This one is just a reminder, aside from me just spitting that, of where I came from and what I do and why I do it. It's called Dear Lil B. Dear Lil B, I guess I'm still little, but I'm talking to younger me. The B who was still Brandon before abbreviations made to suit his brand and his new persona. I'm writing this letter to the little boy who's a goner, gone from the world he should have never been a part of. I write to you in hopes that you have no regrets for leaving me in your place. I like to say that one day everything would have been okay, but you played it safe and you were too pure to keep playing in life's games. I know how many times you wanted to speak up for yourself, but you didn't have it in you. I know you were afraid and couldn't say no or stop or point out what was not okay, even when you felt it in your veins as you felt it in your skin that hands shouldn't be touching you that way. Whether it was play pretend or violent hands around your neck, I don't blame you for checking out when you never felt like you fit in. But you knew they were never friends, and those friends proved you just right in the end. Introduction to disappointment, out of place but not quite misplaced when you never felt like you had placement. Dad always told you to don't be weary when people aren't like you, but you still tried to be kind, and you were lied to yourself that these people liked you, that they would fight for you, or but they take the knife and jab it right behind you. You always had a heart twice your size. You couldn't carry it around your whole life. Trying to share it like the last slice is probably why I'm here now in place of you, little guy. But Lil B, I got this. Like I said, you were too pure for this world, too good to feel the hurt, too innocent to survive in the land of gods and monsters that wasn't made for you, but I. So don't fret, don't cry. Wherever you watching from, dry your eyes. Even when you see mine are soaked and I made a river and it looks like I'm drowning, I can navigate these waters. There's no keeping me down, and I'm everything that you were too good to be. I wear my immorality and my imperfections as a badge of honor, because it brought me down the path to at least realize the dreams you would foresee and even the ones you couldn't imagine. Although I'm doing this as B, I'm doing this for Brandon. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. Your silent Snapchat. I could come off of mute, join me in
Oh,
conversation.
all right, cool. Yeah, take my ass off mute. I've been like, I'm thinking that there's rules to this and stuff like that,
Nah, but thank y'all all. Again, Poeticals Volume 1 and B Notes Poetry. You can find them both on my website. Cop them. Amazing books, amazing reads. Grab some tissues. You're probably gonna cry. I've read and edited my book for a year straight, and I still cry every time I read it. So enjoy. Who doesn't like a little depression and trauma, right?
It's something we can all say that we've endured. That's for sure. So
for sure. But Stony Tony, you is up next, and Jess, you closing us out, and you on deck. So get ready.
I don't know about you, Jess, but those ladies in front of us just kind of made the bar a little high. So we're gonna have to really represent right now. Y'all was shuffling y'all deck. I feel like you're playing Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I gotta like go through my notes, get the right joint out. So I think I got the right set. This one is called Trauma Tree. And this is being like a young parent, and kind of like, generational trauma and things that come along with those type of relationships. So yeah, let's start this one off. Apparently, I'm a parent because I too have planted seeds in disbelief, creating what ifs of what dreams could possibly grow of this family tree. My roots being ripped from Earth's flesh only hurts more when I'm being planted again. And I've learned that a green thumb doesn't come from a dark snap of a finger in a dark place. It comes from faith. Faith in the unseen. Faith in knowing the fruits of our labor stem from the root of our trauma. So how far are you willing to go? How deep are you willing to dig? Because these family burdens that were buried didn't just start with you as a kid. Now tell me why. Tell me why this generational grief can turn grapes into wine. While these burdens branch into our babies, blessings still blossom through the grapevine. But do you hear it? As it whispers shallow sounds in these hollow halls, a voice that I now have of my own, a choice that I now make on my own. And still I'm 10 toes in the soil. Still I'm 2 hills dug deep, still in hopes to heal the names of this family tree. That's the first one, yeah. Good looking.
Spit it, cuz.
All right, cool. All right, so the next one, I got some family and friends in my life that are vets. And I made a joint for Veterans Day, or at least the hoax to it. So this is called Vet. Veteran. This adrenaline that you feel from the caps that you've peeled is not your fault. Veteran, that PTSD that you got for free only cost you an arm and a leg, prosthetically. Oh, veteran, do you have a home? Are you fed? Do you know there's over 60,000 like you without a bed? Veteran, who knew one's country's pride could account for over 6,000 suicides. See, veteran, when did this flag above us come between the soil below us? Where purple hearts are given in place of transplants, and the dog tags you wear have turned into tramp stamps. See, veteran, that 11th hour on the 11th day, that 11th month, they acknowledge you. Lie. Truth, Veterans Day was actually an armistice, which is just a temporary truth. So, veteran, tell me what this celebration's for. For as long as I can remember, this country's always been at war. Veteran, salute. All right, yeah, that was the second one.
Yo, hold on, Jose, bring me back to this mother stage, bro. That was some shit.
Good looking out, yo. Thank you.
Yo, that's really dope. And honestly, I love the fact that you did that, because honestly, like you said, the hoax of Veterans Day. You can't really be having Veterans Day and celebrating with a fucking free meal from Applebee's when there's a bunch of them freaking homeless and suicidal and going through everything that they go through from PTSD, and with the amount of honestly pointless wars that we have. America's a bully. I'm gonna put that out there. America's a bully, and we over here fighting for our bully, and at what cost? So I really have to commend you on that, because that was an amazing piece. Let's give us your last poem, though, boss. I just had to say that.
Good looking. All right. Well, there's ladies in here that were crying. I'm a mama's boy. I wanted to make sure that I cheer ladies up before we end the night. I'm a father to girls, so that means a lot to me as well. So this is in honor of Ladies Month that just recently passed. Let's do it. She is fine wine at dinner time. My inner peace at the centerpiece. She's a dream, a memory, a figment of my imagination, a figurative definition of the birth of our nation. Globally, she's conquering the world. I see a queen in every woman, a princess in every girl, from her tiara to a crown. See, a woman is a verb, adjective, and a noun, an indefinite definition, strong in her convictions. No matter the distance, her presence is felt. Because see, her words are wisdom. See, her words are wealth. She walks by faith and not by sight. She's the dawn in our dusk. She's the light in our night. She's done everything they say she couldn't. So you could call her what you want, but we're going to call her woman. And I'm going to cap it off like that, y'all. Leave it off to Jess now.
Hey, shout out to the ladies.
Facts, word.
I see you, smooth talker. I see you.
Yeah, thank you. That was so beautiful.
Of course, no doubt, yo. It runs in the family. Be smooth talkers, yo.
Yeah, I know. Don't say that, because I'm gonna just say don't believe him if he says it runs in the family.
I don't got no hope poems, man. I got to keep up, man.
Nah, but again, thank you as always. You killed it, cause see, yo, this blood is strong. But to close out the night, a phenomenal poet, Miss Jessica Pays. Pull up. What's up?
Hi, how are you guys?
Good. I'm very excited to see you perform and see what you have tonight. And I'm gonna beat you to the punch just because I feel like you might not do it. Manipulated by Love, Sex, and Depression, right here. It is in my collection behind me. This book. Again, apparently
I actually have mine right here too, so hey! I was gonna read from it.
Apparently, everybody in this group want to make people cry and shit, but you know, we with it. It's soul at home. Feel all of this in your soul. Cry later, or take a shot, smoke a blunt, whatever floats your boat. But Jess, let's go, pull up and do this.
Okay. I'm gonna read one poem from my book. So this poem is called Homesick. And as Brendan said, yes, I have a book, Manipulated by Love, Sex, and Depression. $20. So this poem is called Homesick. I don't think I've actually ever performed it. Depression has a way of making white sand and clear water feel like the day we buried my grandfather. Still, with my feet in the ocean, I'm just going through the motions, wondering if this doesn't make me happy, whatever will. Am I destined to be depressed? Because lately, it seems like the only thing I do best. Lately, it seems like all I ever am is fucking stressed. And lately, it seems like the more I get off, the more pressure falls on my chest. I'm uncomfortable, uneasy, awkward, and embarrassed. And I wonder if they know I feel this way, and that's why they keep staring. I just want to go home, where the closets aren't filled with last season's depression, where the mirror projects a more positive reflection, and where my mind and my body create the strongest connection, and the sight of self-love shines through every dimension. I just want to go home, to a place that is free of all negativity, where the voices stop singing, where the voices stop screaming, but sing proudly in symphony, where depression no longer keeps me kept in captivity. I just want to go home, to a person I can love. I just wish I were home. but I never knew exactly where that was. And that's that first piece.
Yo, oh my god. Especially the first two verses, that shit's like, did she read my mind? Did she just like hop into my mind and put it on paper? I felt those bars heavy.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I actually wrote that when I was on vacation, actually. That was actually the last poem that made it into the book. It's like in the middle of the book, but it's actually the last poem that I wrote for it. Wrote it on vacation in like I think November, and I dropped my book in December. So it was like really close. I was struggling to find the last poem, and that was it. So
You already know that everything in your book, I mean, knowing because I read it, but will resonate deeply with somebody because
yeah.
only someone could write something so powerfully depressing on vacation.
That's so sad, right?
I felt
But
it
it
though.
works. It works.
It sure did. All right,
It
baby, let's
works.
keep going.
Okay, so the next poem I'm gonna read is called Triggered. Goes like this. Triggered. Caused by particular action, process, or situation. Women lusting over men that they aren't really dating. Men talking down on women. Man, that shit be so degrading. Got me fueling up that fire in me from secondhand humiliation, but that could never be me. Till it is. Till every embarrassing moment where you didn't respect yourself won't stop ringing in your ear like a bad infection, like the time you fought in public and almost got arrested. Girl, what are you doing? Why are you letting them talk to you like that? Disrespect you every day, but you keep on coming back. Just help me make sense of it. Because I really want to know. Because if you truly want to be happy, you have got to let all of that bad shit go and just breathe for a minute. I promise it's okay, because if this one leaves, I promise there's another on the way. You don't ever have to stay in a situation that you hate, because it's better to be lonely than to be constantly afraid of if he's doing the right thing or not. Because you already know your answer. You never cared about yourself before, so it came natural to put up with all of his derogatory slander, and I don't blame you at all. Because he sells a good show, promises it won't happen again, and then you let it all go. Just to trigger repressed aggression, having you ready to explode, unstable with your emotions, absolutely no control. It must be so exhausting putting yourself through that constantly. They say that love is a drug, but never taught you love responsibly. So you out here accepting the bare minimum, not knowing you deserve top quality, never really loving yourself, never allowed you to be loved properly. I am sorry. I wasn't there for you. But I'm worried my apologies won't suffice. So many times I watched you cry and even tried to take your life. It's not kind how they treated you, how you treated yourself. And I know that I left too, but I had to get some help. I just wanted you to be better because I knew that you could. And from where I'm standing now, everything looks so damn good. You are making me so proud in your decisions, mindful of what you consume on the daily, and you've been getting better at understanding your triggers. You've finally put down the scissors, the alcohol, and the meaningless sex, and picked up the pen as a way to reflect all the things that brought you here. Triggered. That's that piece.
Mm.
Girl, yes.
Thanks. Thank you.
Jeez.
Thanks. That poem is actually like a poem to myself. It was very hard to write. Very hard to write. I'm still working out how I want to perform it. Because I feel like it's still like one of those like new pieces, that I'm still trying to work out. But yeah, thank you. Thank you guys.
Amazing. Amazing. Y'all lit us up tonight. So happy doing this. I love doing Soul at Home, but you all are phenomenal. Your pen be penning. Y'all clearly be feeling some shit deep in your soul, and I'm glad that you all bear it and express that with all of us. Because I mean, the work speaks for itself. I do want y'all to send some parting words to everybody before we head out. So YTCL. I don't know letters today. Fuck. YTCL, baby. Can you know what you want to say to people watching?
I think that the biggest thing for me when I share or when I connect with people in events like this, poets, people just listening, people who write and don't perform, is that it's so important for you to tell your own story. Don't allow your lived experience to be told by the words of another. So if you have the opportunity to write and share or perform or even just do it for yourself, you should. And that's it. Love
Tony,
y'all.
yo, thank you. Well, Tony, what up? What you telling everybody watching?
Shit, I thought it was gonna be like commercial advertisement, but now I gotta think of like my PBS message of the day for my artists and stuff like that. So thank you, YTCL. I appreciate that. I would say to every artist that to remind yourself that you're the only thing in your way. You know, I think we see a lot of external obstacles and we live externally and a lot of things are just surface level. But honestly, the only shit that's stopping you from things you want is you. So as you continue to go through your experiences and you soak as a sponge and you release onto the page, I think it'll be easier for all of us, to be real, or at least we'll get stronger in the process of it. So shout out to y'all and y'all endeavors.
Yo, absolutely. And first off, don't think you're better than me just because you could say YTCL without fucking up. Right?
Yeah, I can do a few acronyms and it ain't that hard, yo.
Yeah. Let me live. Jess, what you got to say, babe?
I was gonna say, I guess, to keep pushing. As artists, I feel like sometimes we can doubt ourselves too if a performance doesn't go, the way that you want it to, or stuff like that. So I think, just keep pushing and making sure that you're believing in yourself as an artist, and I think that could take you far.
Self.
The message of the day that I want to give would have to be get out your comfort zone, remaining authentic to yourself. So that can go anywhere and that can go a lot of places, but the key thing is just remaining comfortable with you, but getting out of that comfort zone and trying new things, getting, out there and stuff, as I'm doing as well. So I'm living by that as well. So
Yo, you said something today that really kind of like stayed with me, and I just wanted to like say thank you. I think your words were, I was putting a blanket over my words, and I think that's just so powerful, right? Like, and I think that like as I continue to write and meet people and like think about authenticity. That's something that's just really going to stay with me. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. And I think I will leave it. Y'all definitely inspiring, motivating everybody out there. So one thing I always say is let your art do the speaking for you. Like the last lines of my introductory poem in the book is I let my poetry speak my truth for me. Pay attention and take note. Let your poetry speak your truth. Don't hold back. Don't coddle anybody. Fuck who's listening. If they inspired it, they did it for a reason. And in the words of very famous philosopher I know, her name is RK. If you don't fucking like it, be a poet. Boom. So now, everybody, thank you so much for showing up for Soul at Home. Everybody, thank you for joining us. Go follow Solar Tree once again, facebook.com/Solar Tree, Solar Tree on YouTube, at Solar Tree _. Do not forget the underscore on IG. Go cop Poeticals Volume 1, and we will see you again in June for Pride Month. We're going to be having a good thing for the girls and the gays. I'll see y'all all. Have a great night. God bless. Mwah.